Welcome to the Energy Hour. The Energy Hour is brought to you by Quality Home Improvement, Southern California's premier residential and commercial contractor, making homes and businesses energy efficient, one building at a time.
What's going on, Steve-O?
Hey, Chris. Good to be here.
Hey, welcome to the Energy Hour podcast. This is episode number 68. You believe that?
Wow.
68.
It's gone by like crazy.
Crazy. And this is Wednesday. We're on hump day now.
Yeah.
February.
That's right.
Almost gone.
Yeah, almost gone.
Come on now.
Okay, let's get it going.
Hey, this whole year I just got over 2023 and I'm ready to do my taxes for 24 and we're just, it's crazy.
Yeah, but you're making money and you're doing well.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
I'll be eating peach pie one day full time, I guess, right? traveling the United States in our nice little motorhome. Hey, so what's going on with you, man?
Just having a good time. Glad to be here today. We've got some wonderful guests, that I'd like to introduce.
Nice.
And let's rock and roll.
Let's do it, Steve.
Okay.
Let it rip. Who do you got to your left there?
Yes, to my left I have John Petrov, and he is the president and CEO of Action Public Adjusters.
Oh, what do they do?
I'm going to let John talk a little bit about his business and how he helps people, with what they need. And then to his left we have Stephanie.Harrison, his assistant. She works for him. And then to the far left, I have my good friend Richard Rice. He is the CEO and president of the Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. So happy to have everybody here today.
Yeah, thanks for everybody showing up. And love that meeting we had last week.
Yeah, did you like it?
It's powerful, man.
Exchangers is a good time.
Good stuff, right?
So.
All right, Steve-O, so let's get into the intros and see what they do. All right.
John, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you're doing to help people right now.
Well, thank you so much for the introduction, Stephen. What we do is if there is a fire or a flood, we represent the client. We advocate for the client against the insurance companies to make sure that they are taken care of and they're not being taken advantage of.
You mean there is something like that?
99% of people don't even know.
I'm naive as hell, man. Oh, my God. That's wonderful.
So we take it from A to Z, a claim. If we have a fire, flood, we represent the client. We take care of them, make sure that everything's taken care of, and they get back into their home or their business or the commercial properties. Whatever they have, we make sure that it's taken care of.
Well, let me tell you, I had an insurance claim in my home a while back.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, boy was the key word. And talking about pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. And so you guys are the advocate. You step in, you get power of attorney and just say, hey, this is what's going to happen. We're not going to go to A, D, F, Q. We're going to go A, B, C, D down the line.
100% right. We don't do a power of attorney. It's a contract. It's an agreement between the client and myself.
Right on.
And we're not an attorney, but we represent just like that.
And
we're able to get in, take care of the matter, and take care of them. I'll give you a great example. A couple of weeks ago, we had this was months ago, a client called me, and the poor lady was crying. They're only giving her $80,000. So I'm like, oh, my gosh, don't sign it. We went out there. We looked at the property. We just settled her out for about $240,000.
Get out of here.
Oh, we could go on and on with stories like that. Don't get me wrong. All the listeners and everybody, we appreciate the insurance companies that are
for sure
that are here. But they're also known for the business, for the ROI as well.
Return on investment.
We really want to make sure that the client's taken care of because all of us pay insurance every month. And when they're most needed, they need to produce what they have to produce.
That's amazing. Had a friend of mine, fire burnout. We had a fire burnout in Sacramento, one of our places. So what happened was, ServPro and all these other acronyms that you hear, right, came in and they gutted everything at the bottom and then left. And then this guy shows up. He looked like he was 14. He looks at everything really quick and he goes, yeah, it's about 60,000. I'm like, really? That was insane to say that, right? And it was a lot more than that. So I definitely appreciate you guys, doing what you're doing, because there's a lot of unknown out there, and people don't realize when you have a fire burn that you got to build things back to code.
Absolutely.
That CODE word pops out, right? And I'm a GC, and I'm like, I'm all over that, right? So electric service panel had to be upgraded when they pulled the permit to fix this part. And then, some of the, they looked down and they saw this galvanized pipe, and they go, well, while you're there, oh my God. Well, so it was tough.
You have a great point to that.
Yeah.
And that I might recommend to every single listener of yours to look at their declaration page. When you just said the code upgrade, it has to be part of the policy and what the minimum is to increase. Our background, I'm a 20-some-year general contractor holder as well.
Oh, nice.
So I do have the ability to be able to say to an insurance adjuster going, no, this is not going to work this way. But the most important that we could, relay this message to all the listeners and everybody, please get a hold of your insured agent, your insurance broker. Make sure you guys know you're dialed in. God forbid a catastrophe happens.
Right.
Because when it happens and they look at that declaration page, guess what?
Yep.
It's
surprise,
too
right?
late. And those codes, what you just said is the key thing, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
They have to know what they're in. And not just that, the contents, their belongings in the house, what they're worth, what they're going to give them, what's the extensive ALE, additional living expenses, when they can't live in their house. There's a lot of things that people should have.
It's funny you say all that. The insurance companies, I've actually sat there. This is how boring I am, right? I actually grabbed my insurance policy that was like half-inch thick. After I printed it up, and my printer almost died because I had to print all these pages up. There was things in there like terrorism. There was things like nuclear attack. I'm not kidding you. I look at this thing, I'm like,
and they have 6 different definitions for the word terrorism to make sure that it's,
they got a Wikipedia in there
like
that
civil disobedience, civil disturbance, civil this, civil that. I just was reading mine too the other day.
Syria invasion. I'm just like, what? Yeah. So there's a lot of things, man. They were just, and I completely was blown away. And the guy that, they call up, these are the representatives, and they're great guys. Trust me. I wouldn't do that job because I'd be too honest and I'd be kicked out. But at the end of the day, it was just mind-boggling to me to understand. And if you didn't zig and if you zagged, well, that doesn't apply to you. And I was just like, wow, and we're paying $2,500 a year. That's cheap in comparison to some people paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a year to get this at the end, right?
Well, those $2,500 a month are going away quickly.
I heard that.
There's a lot of insurance companies do not want to deal with California right now because
look at Florida. I mean, you look what happened down there. I mean, they get this monster weather condition. I'm so afraid of Florida. I don't even think I want to visit there. I'm afraid of crocodiles. It's stupid, right? But my luck, I'd go in this guy's yard and I get attacked by 4. I'd be like, Steve, help me. But, it's just all these insurance companies are kind of drying up a little bit and they're raising their rates. You're right.
Well, they're going to come back eventually. It's just a game right now, I think, what the DOI is playing, and not even playing it. They just want to kind of hold the increase of all these insurance companies they want to do to all the homeowners. So it's a back and forth game right now. But eventually, next 1 or 2 years, I think we're going to get back to some normal.
Well, I hope so. It's affecting a lot of the industries, right? Mother Nature has its way to step in and say, okay, everybody, I'm going to clean house for a minute. So you figure it out, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, God bless you, man. Thank you for being the advocacy for homeowners that need it. And you know what? There's a lot of uncertainty out there, and I'm really, really happy you have the ability to straighten it out. Where you been all my life?
You know what? We're here to stay and help everybody out, and we will be more than happy to even get for all your listeners today, if they ever have a question or anything like to look at their declaration page, to kind of go over the policy. Because like you guys were saying, it's foreign language. A lot of people don't understand. Between your broker or even call us and we could give you advice. It's not a problem.
Wow. So you're a complete full
Yeah, we could help out. We're not insurance brokers. We're not attorneys.
Yeah, of course.
Make sure we're disclaiming all that. But we definitely, from our experience, we could suggest things to go back to your insurance agent or your broker to kind of look at what's going on in your policy.
You're a diamond in the rough, my friend.
I appreciate. God bless you.
That's wonderful. Thank you for putting this together. And you've been a GC for 27 years.
I've been a GC for 20-some years. We do a lot of commercial properties, and the funny thing is the way I got into this. I was on the other side with the insurance companies.
Okay,
I was one of their restoration contractors, and I had to abide by the adjusters of what they're going to give us.
Of course.
So now that they want to play a little, hokey pokey game on.
Game on. Here you are.
Now, I don't have to comply by you. We have to do it the right way.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about time, right?
And I shouldn't say the right way. It's the proper way. There are certain ways that we don't need to cut corners and what the client should get. That's the most important thing. I do not want to get a client a penny over to what they're owed because I believe in insurance companies that we need them. And for us to go there and take advantage of them, that's not part of the deal.
Oh, that makes sense.
That
makes total sense. And you're fair.
No,
that's the key part. You're fair, but you want to be fair on both sides.
I tell every adjuster, if I don't deserve that penny that my client gets, show me, prove it to me. I'll be more than happy to take it off.
I bet you when you walk into the door, you get acknowledgement to all that, and they look at you, they go, oh my goodness, somebody's going to be watching me, watching what's going on. That's great, man, because they will gut you like a fish, man. Telling you.
I feel bad for a lot of clients. I do. Because 97% of the clients do not know what to do from the first day that they make that phone call. Even the recorded call, I tell the clients, call us first. Because once they start interviewing on that recorded call, they're going to take everything and they could really quickly deny you too.
Whoa.
It depends what the thing is, they shouldn't, but we've been hearing a lot of stories that things are happening just because of their statement.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
well, God bless you, man. Good job.
It. Thank you.
Yeah. Who do we got over here, Steve?
We have Stephanieharrison. Tell us something about your background and how you like...
she came in here with roller skates on.
I did. I skated all through the offices here.
I love it. Hi, Stephanie.
How you doing?
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
So
thanks for having us.
You're the chief and bottle washer, the right-hand girl, if you will, right?
I am the right-hand girl.
Okay.
I've actually worked with John for 10 years.
I love it.
Oh, correction real quick. I'm the bus boy. She is the main one. So let's not get that twisted.
Yeah, I knew it.
I'm the main bus boy.
I mean, I didn't want to brag or anything, but
Yay. Hey, I prefer a woman in the business running everything anyways. Hell, they're smarter than us, Steve, so why the hell not?
By far.
Yeah, so when he told me, that he wanted to go on the other side and represent, the property owner, the public, that was something that I, felt really strongly about, and that's why I'm here today.
Of course.
Helping people, that's what it's about, and we want to make sure that everyone's made whole. I just want to add, John pretty much said everything well, but again, we can help the homeowner or the property owner from A to Z. They might not have time to be sitting on the phone with the insurance company. If they had a fire and just lost everything, they're devastated and they don't want to be handling all that. So that's something, that we offer as well.
You know what? The advocacy is amazing here. It's a support is what's necessary. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's the support that's most important.
Right.
Because when somebody, has a catastrophic occurrence in their home or business, they have questions. They put their arms up and they go, man, that meteor came through the center of my building. What am I going to do now? Right.
Right.
So it's refreshing to know that people like you exist, because without you, there's a lot of things to be taking advantage of. Case in point, a friend of mine owned a building for 24 years and never did a claim in his life. Then all of a sudden something happened to his building, and boy, did they take a beating to him. It was like he was on the opposite side of that fence. Well, what did you do? Was it 12 o'clock midnight? Was it, the questions that came at this guy was unbelievable. First thing I had to tell him is, you got to call a friend, man, a lawyer, before you answer any of those questions. But I'm happy that you guys exist, because without you, this is the very first time, and I've been a homeowner for 38 years, that I've ever heard of this.
Right.
And this just blows me away.
That's why we're here. We want to get the word out there, because just like you, and like John said, 99% of people don't know that our service exists, and it's really helpful to have us on your side. Yeah,
you're a blessing by far. Trust me. And Steve, we're gonna have to get some more awareness of this going out.
Yeah, for sure.
Through our channels, right, Eric? I mean, just get this thing done, man. I mean, really.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
I mean, I'm going to tattoo your number on my arm, whatever space is left. Home insurance pros, advocacy right here.
I love it.
So I'm going to put some real estate on my arm. But wow.
And I want to also mention the way we get compensated is we win your case. We don't get paid until you get paid. So we work similar to an attorney percentage off of the total amount.
So you're doing all this work up front?
Up front.
Seriously?
There is nothing that we're going to take from the client until we win their case and what exactly they should be getting.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
wow.
We're up front with everything on that. So we don't take one penny up front or anything like that. We put the case up, get everything done for them, and exactly to the penny what the insurance company should pay them, and we get compensated a percentage out of that, and they go ahead and fix
I'm
their
blown
home.
away, man. I'm blown away. First time I ever heard of this. It's not going to be the last time, because I'm going to start spinning it all over my networks.
Oh, I love it.
And stuff like that. And I'm going to stick a link. You have a website and everything like that?
We do.
I do.
So we're going to take a bunch of pictures, get your website, and I'm just going to say, hello, world.
I appreciate it.
All right.
And vice versa. What we can do to help you guys, please. Whatever sponsorships, whatever we can do whatever word we need to spread out there, let us know.
Well, it's all about networking, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, without a network, we're always the best that we can be, right? We try to be number one and do all the assistance and help. Me, I'm a giver. I give more things than I've ever received, but that's okay, because that's what networking is all about. And I've had customers in the past, or people that I just bumped into, that said, hey, I remember that crazy guy with the tattoos on his arms. I'm going to give him a call, because I know he does this stuff, and vice versa. I have this wonderful attorney friend. His name's Thomas Carter, and hopefully his ears are ringing right now. One of the youngest. He's like 38 years old. He's got a beautiful young family. And, I just call him up just to, shits and giggles every once in a while. And he goes, do you need anything? I says, no, I'm good, man. I don't want to call you unless I got to spend money. But no, I'm good. And he always calls me up every once in a while and says, how you doing? I'm doing great, man. He says, do I have to cross any T's, dot any I's? So the advocacy and the networking is so important, right?
Right. That's the way to do it.
Just like Steve right here. This guy, let me tell you about this guy real fast. I met him. How many years ago was it, Steve? I don't know.
A few
years. Met him next door, Annette. She does a real estate course, and she's a wonderful broker, and she's just a gem, right?
Yes.
And then she tied us together, and I said, who is this guy, Annette? And she just started to go off. And you know what? I love this guy ever since. I mean, everything he does it with care. Am I right, everybody? He puts a lot of care into what he does. And if you ever need any money in any situation, this is the guy right here.
We try and help people. One thing about this world, people always need money. So
hello?
Don't care what the situation is.
Can I borrow some money and go to Vegas? No, I'm just kidding.
People always calling for some reason, and it's always the oddball transactions. It's a situation where they maybe just can't get a conventional loan all the time, although we do those too, but it's usually an outside of the box situation, and they usually need the money yesterday. And, I get calls, on a daily basis, and we just like to help people because we've helped so many people. And a lot of times they're trying to make investments, and they need, sometimes they need guidance, sometimes they need the finances, but we can help them achieve their goals. And, and kudos to Mr. Rice here, because if it wasn't for his group and all the time and effort he spends in building up this organization, without that, none of us, really would exist. And it's just great that, because I know how much time he spends, working with the group and the club, and I'm so happy that I am a sponsor of the group. And anyway, I try and use all the resources of the people in the club also for myself, because again, it's getting back to the networking that we all do.
You put the N in network. I love it. I like that. Yep. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
You put the H in help, Steve.
Yes.
Right? I love it. I love it. And you guys, wow. I don't get excited much, but I'm going to go tell a bunch of my friends about you guys. So
that's awesome.
If your ears don't ring 3 hours before you leave, or after you leave, something's wrong.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No.
Thank you for your kindness.
No worries. No worries.
Just mentioning the club again, that's where I met Steve and how we came
Of
about
course.
today, so.
Really? So you brought everybody. Look at this guy. You're the glue.
Right?
Yeah.
He is the glue, everybody. That's fantastic. So tell me something about yourself.
Oh, man. Well,
I met you last week, so
I know.
I'm already in love.
It's been a long time.
I know, right?
Yeah, my name's Rich. I run the Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club, also known as I.E.R.E.I.C for short. And our mission is basically to help people achieve financial independence through real estate. And we do that by just, providing networking and education events. We do weekly meetings at our event center in Riverside. And then we also do a whole different array of classes and weekend classes, boot camps. I'm working on some online stuff as well. So, the idea is just give people like a path to, like I said, financial independence through real estate. There's a lot of stuff out there. I know I tried for a long time, to find avenues to become financially independent. But I found it through real estate, and I want to share that with people. So, you know what?
That's amazing. Just to lay it out like that. You're the networking guy. Yeah. You're actually providing freedom.
Yeah,
if you think about that, I mean, freedom,
really,
right?
Yeah, we're really trying to spread freedom.
Because
choice of time, of life. People have different definitions of what financial freedom or what they really want to do with it. But I mean, it does boil down to that that freedom to choose.
You're going to write a book, right?
Just to choose. I've thought about it someday.
I mean, why not? I mean, we all have stories, don't we?
Yeah.
We all have some amazing stories. And I think, you can be the next Zig Ziglar, maybe?
I don't know about that. That's some major shoes to fill. But
right. So when I went and checked out the network that you guys had, I was blown away, Steve. They had this video thing in the corner. They were watching me. I was watching them. And there was people from the United States just kind of Zoom calling or whatever you did. And man, and then the person put these little squares and boxes all over the thing. Holy crap, I think I had like 25 arrows to my name. I mean, we were just throwing it to the wind, man. And you know what? It's not a place just to hang out. It was a place to have fun. Mm-hmm. This was financial fun.
Yeah, we're super
very cool, man.
Casual things. We try not to, we're definitely not in suits or ties or anything like that.
I was thinking about wearing a 3-piece, Steve. So I'm so glad I didn't. Right? I mean, right. And I see this guy in a black hat sitting at the door over there. I'm like, that's got to be the chief and bottle washer over there. Yeah. And I loved that gentleman that does he buys notes. What was his name again? The guy in the he was narrating it. Funny as hell, man. You got to keep that guy in that spot. He is crazy funny. Oh my goodness. I think he picks people out of the audience to get him to engage, right?
He originally was wanting me to do that meeting.
Really? Okay.
I fought him for a little while. Because I hadn't ran the club all that long. And then we went to a meeting like that though in Florida. And it wasn't
in Florida.
It wasn't all on Zoom or anything. It was just 15, 20 people sitting around a cafe, diner on the patio, just trading properties. I mean, literally just saying, I got a 3-2 in this, and they trade, basically trade the deeds.
It's like Monopoly.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I loved Monopoly growing up, so I saw that.
Me too.
And I was like, dude, I'm in. What do we got to do?
I can do this, right?
So we came back. That was about 2 years ago, and now it's become what you saw. So
2 years. That's all it's taken. But, a lot of infrastructure went into place.
Yeah, we started it, and believe it or not, in a room about this big.
Oh, okay. Do you have any comic books on the wall?
No.
Okay.
We didn't have room.
I got to hook you up. I got to get you going with that, okay?
I'm down, man. I'm
okay.
down. I love your collection.
Thank you so much. And the network group that I went to was very simple. Everybody was friendly. You know, the girls, you sit anywhere you want. You know, they had cookies out, Steve, and they had coffee. You had all the stuff. And I was hooked, man. I was hooked, man. What a great place to hang out.
Yeah, that's
really, really. How often do you do this?
So we do 2 events on Wednesdays. The event you came to was Exchangers. That one's 12 to 2 every Wednesday. And then we do our Fire Focus events on Wednesday nights from about 6 to 9.
Are those like specialized?
Those are the more like education focused.
Oh, okay.
Exchangers does have a lot of education elements to it, but it's really focused on doing deals. Then the Wednesday night events, the Fire Focus events, are more focused on education. And
specific things. Okay, yeah.
And we rotate the topics every single week.
Okay.
And we have different hosts and stuff that like focus group leaders. That
every
single week.
That's a lot of work, man.
It is.
Hats off to you, right?
And I have a lot of help, and I appreciate everybody that helps. We have volunteers and my fellow focus group leaders. And
once we get our group, once we get us joined here. Just call me. You need any help?
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. I'd love to do whatever I can.
I'm going to pick your brain on your setup. I like it.
Well, it's funny. Just again, I'm a colorful person. I have never been. First time when I walked into this place, it was beige, and I was like, no, that's got to go, right? So a year and a half went by, and I was just like, I was pulling up. I love to paint. That's therapeutic to me. I don't know what it is, but painting is good for my soul, right? So I just put some color on the wall, and I started bringing some stuff from other places, and here we are.
Yeah. All the art and the acoustic panels.
We're going to have a special office for you, though.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
Tell your wife it's not a problem. We're good. I'll help you get there. That's great, Steve. Steve, yes, again, what's up?
Well, I wanted to mention something about insurance from a lender's standpoint, since we were just talking about that. So one of the things that people may or may not realize is, when they make a claim, it's going to be on their record for several years. And if they make multiple claims and for whatever reason, that's going to stick to that property. So if the homeowner is going to sell that property, the new buyer, even though they may have never had a claim, because of the claims against that property, they may have a lot of trouble getting insurance. Really? And then the other thing is... Get out of here. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. And they actually track that stuff sometimes? They track that stuff. Whoa. And not only that, let's say you are a buyer and you have a claim history against you on a previous residence that you owned, and now you're trying to buy another property. That new property may have a clean record, but because of you, it's almost like having a criminal record. They're going to look back at your past, and they saw you had 2 or 3 claims on your house in the past. It could be very difficult or impossible for you to get insurance on this new property. So you have to be, very careful in making claims. If you have a small claim, let's say it's $1,500, $2,000, you're far better paying it out of pocket than, let's say your deductible was $1,000. What are you going to get? You're going to get $500, $1,000, or, even a little more than that from the insurance company. But you have that claim on your record. So guess what? You're going to either get an increase in your premium, you're going to get canceled, or you may find it hard or impossible to get insurance in the future. So it's important to realize that. And as a lender, we coach people. The most difficult part of getting a loan now is actually making sure you can qualify for an insurance policy. So we tell people from the get-go, because every time in closing a loan, the biggest issue is making sure that the insurance is ready to go and ready to close when the loan's ready to close. And most of the time, that's a big problem. Car insurance is very similar. Am I right? Yes.
I have to say, unfortunately, I got in an accident a couple years ago. And let me tell you, I drive a Tesla. Yes. Stephanie,
So does everybody
Stephanie
else.
cringed and went, you know, why? I'm thinking about getting a Yugo. One of those little box cars, right, to do what I got to do. But yeah, it's just like car insurance. And I never thought about it that way. So you got to be careful, right?
Yes, you do.
So, wow. We got advocates to help us out to get out of that
there's
mess.
There's no way to you
Right.
guys, for John and Stephanie, there's no way to, you can't write it in there that they're going to expunge it or something at the end. That's part of the deal, the payout or.
Well, what Steven
said. Oh, like a mark, like on your credit, right?
Yeah, and we don't want it to be on the record.
Yes.
Yeah, expunged.
Well, one thing I want to mention is what Steven said. He's right on right now what's going on with the insurance companies. They are just giving little reasons to drop people. Mm-hmm. And that was never before. To get a binder to be able to close a loan was just the most easiest thing. So I agree. I mean, are we going to be able to help out on a $20,000 claim or $30,000? Sure, I could help you go through it. But if it's something that you do not need to make a claim and you're able to afford it and get it done, I can agree with it more. Leave the insurance company alone and just take care of it before you get a bunch of scars.
Steve. Yeah.
Before you get a bunch of scars and can repair it after that.
Scars.
100%.
And that's one of the reasons we say call us first, because we can guide you that way as well.
If it's worth it.
Right, if it's worth opening a claim or not.
Well, this morning I just had a call from yesterday doing another radio station that says, I have a heater, water that's leaking, everything's going on. I said, well, wait a minute. Let's call the plumber. Let's see what it is first before you do anything.
Right.
She goes, well, we don't have any damage. I said, even better. Do not bother him.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that just takes it to a new level, man. I mean, the scope of this can go very deep, and just like Steve said, if it's small, just
I've had clients even that just inquired about something about their property, like something happened. They didn't even make a claim, and the insurance company canceled them, or they charged them a higher rate on their policy just for talking
for making
to
a damn phone call,
for making a phone
Get
call.
out of here.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. I
OMG.
had 2 claims last year. I lost a garage in Snowmageddon, and
love it.
And then I had a tree fall on a different house before that storm, and I went through 2 of them. And they pushed me around a little bit, but in general, they were pretty cooperative. I got everything covered. I was happy. And then I did, which I was expecting a rate increase anyways, because everything was skyrocketing and I have houses in the mountains, in high fire zones. And they increased a little bit, but they didn't cancel me. I thought I was going to get canceled. I thought, but I have to say, they were actually okay there. But I know that's not typical. And
one of very few, right?
What I got lucky on, or if they, but I'm still with the same company that paid out.
Okay.
They didn't. Now, if I try and sell it, I don't know. But it's weird because it seems like there's a, you call in and then you get canceled, and then I have 2 big claims and you're fine.
That's crazy.
It's all over the place.
It's like you have a stigma on you,
just for doing that, right? And here's the toll-free number in red block letters on the front. Have a problem? Call us, right? Mm-hmm. And boom. Life changes.
Well, and that might be a good reason to call John or Stephanie before they even do anything.
Exactly.
And ask them, hey, what do you think of this? And they'll tell you, don't even say anything, or let us help you, represent you, because it may be no big deal, but it could be a big deal. So before you decide, it's almost like having legal representation without the lawyer.
I love it.
Just for real estate, or for vehicles or cars, or
we could do for antique cars if it's in the loss.
Really?
We could do private jets, yachts.
Come on.
Don't have one of those yet.
Yeah, robbery.
Just working on it.
If there's a robbery and there's jewelry, things like that, we could get involved with that.
Okay.
Because the
not 2012 Volkswagens, probably
right. Or like if
the
you're
antique guys. Oh my goodness! Split windows in the back, right? Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you guys are pretty deep in what you do, and you've been doing this for how long again?
I've been doing this for 20 years on the opposite side, but the last 2-3 years I've gotten my license. I said no more.
A great service.
Said, you know what, I'm going to come on this side, and I'm going to start kicking a little bit of nonsense with these adjusters that are thinking they know what they're doing. And
you've seen all the loopholes in the past. Hello?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just a loophole. It's what they're portraying when they come to you, and they're thinking how this could be built.
Well, I was thinking, when you work for insurance company A or insurance company B, you learn all the, interesting things about the company. We're WXY insurance company, and this is what we represent. But when you jump into the pool, right, and then you get to hear some of the things that they didn't say that in the beginning, or now something's twisted to 180 degrees, and now you're going, I got to tell this guy something different, right? Read the disclaimer. Oh my goodness.
I can tell you a quick story that why I wanted to turn to the other side so quick. There was an elderly lady.
Can you do it without killing any names?
No. We're not gonna.
Okay. All right. Good.
There's no names I'm gonna mention. And we went to the to the insured, and the adjuster made me there, and I was on that side, and we walked in as elderly couple, and he started talking to the couple and this and that. Long story short, I come out of that house. I got in my car and I said, I am going to go get my public adjuster's license. I just can't believe what they just,
So let me see. It wasn't to her advantage.
I was just, I don't want to say more, but it was just a sad day for me.
You had to pull your Kleenex out.
I said, you know what? I am going to do it the right way.
This guy needs like a superhero cape. I'm going to get you a cape.
Chris, he doesn't need to walk out of here with a bigger head than he already has.
No, I need to get him a cape. That's it. You're like the superhero for the advocacy of insurance claims.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah,
we feel that way.
We want to make sure that you can actually repair your property. I mean, they're going to settle for a certain amount and you can't put it all back together. That's not fair.
Steve, we're getting him a cape.
He sees these pictures on the wall.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Can you see yourself wearing that one, Nathan?
Oh, all the way, guys. All the way.
That's what I'm saying. You're like,
problems.
Stop.
I'll take the Wonder Woman one, please.
Oh, there you go. Honestly, you guys need capes, man. That's just amazing how you take somebody's life into your hands. And, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know they were going to cut my floor up to 3 foot. I come home one day, I'm like, where's the bottom part of my house? And it wasn't just that specific spot. It was all over it. And the water didn't even touch my master bedroom. This little guy must have had one of those little rotor things, whatever they use. And boy, I was like,
Did you get taken care of though? Everything was fine. They built it back, or you built it back?
Well, they did it, and then I kind of did some things, because I can get it a little bit less expensive.
Good.
So I did it really nicely, but I literally had like $40,000 worth of damage. Oh, no kidding. And went to the garage and just crazy, right? But it was more severe than was necessary, and then at the same time. Oh, they found some, you see the copper pipes going here, and that's not normal anymore. So you have to, I'm just like, wow. Codes came out of the book. My house wasn't too bad. It's built in 1986.
Right.
So there were some things I had to do, which is, thank you for telling me, Mr. Code Book. But imagine the people that have a 1950 house.
With all that beautiful asbestos in there.
The abate anything pre 1978, the rules, right? So, case in point, there was a place up in Sacramento. Something similar happened, and boy, did they take out a spoon and just went to this homeowner and just gutted him out.
Yeah,
you got to do this. Here was a list, and then the city gets a hold of it, and they go, the punch list isn't done yet.
Right.
So, it is what it is.
Sure.
But God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, you guys.
No, yeah. So we're going to, of course, get you a cape. We're getting you and Wonder Woman over here. No. We're going to hook you guys up, and then we're going to blast everything, anything in my ability. I'm going to let people know.
And
I know a lot of contractors and stuff like that, so the list is big.
We do have an 800 number we could always release to anybody that wants to use it.
Well, why don't you give me that number now? Come on.
888-927-0088.
You have a website, right?
Correct.
What is it?
Stephanie?
It's www.actionpadjusters.com.
It's not actionsuperheroes.com?
We're going to add that.
That's coming tomorrow.
Why not?
Right.
Oh, I can see the cartoons now, man. Oh, I'm all over this.
Super action public adjusters.
Let's tear them up.
You're onto
right?
something. You're starting to get me going.
Hey, listen, you got to have a motive and a motif, right? All this stuff. I like it. I'm looking at the cape right now. You can't even see it.
I got it.
I'm there.
I got it.
Oh, my goodness,
absolutely.
man. Superheroes, right, Steve?
There you go.
Come on. That's just fantastic.
On top of that,
man.
we're good looking. Now we're superheroes. Look at all this. All of you stop.
Oh, boy.
So if there's ever a place, you guys, I want to just put it out there that we could do some public speaking, educate people. Please let us know.
You'll do that.
We would love to go in realtor groups, mortgage people, insurance, brokers, whatever that is.
You know,
we can
Mr. Rice, he holds a
Hello,
podcast.
right?
And
say, I happen
he's
to,
hello.
always looking for speakers. So
even at the club, we do we do multiple events that we have people guest speakers at, and
I was watching Lee
people
talking about
insurance questions.
I was looking at Lee, watching how you were interviewing Lee last week. You know, of how he does his business.
Yep.
That would be a great subject.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We would be.
Should I book you now?
Book it now. Put it on the books.
Put it on the books, baby. Superheroes in my studio. That's fantastic.
I appreciate it.
Wow. And you look at this. He's all humble. He's not. I haven't got. There you go. I got to laugh out of him. But you've taken something from you. You got all the experience. You went out there and investigated. You're a detective first, right? You had. Everybody has this. I'll look into that, right? But you went out to Florida. You saw what really needed to be exploited, and you said, you know what, California needs this, and I'm going to do it here.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's I some of the ideas with the club are mine, and then a lot of them have been borrowed from things I saw over the rest of the country that were working. Ohio and Florida, they have huge real estate associations. And I just looked at California. I'm like, dude, we're California. We're
this is my backyard. What can I do, right? Hello, exactly.
Kind of association that people can come to and learn and network and do all this. Literally, we're the third. I think if you broke us down by GDP, SoCal's like the third most richest, wealthiest place in the entire world.
Imagine that.
So it's like we don't have a REIA that can just bring people together from at least the I.E.R.E.I.C, LA, Orange County, and San Diego. So we built one. So.
Well, you know what, Steve? I was impressed when I went to the networking group. I was completely blown away. I have never seen anything like that before. I knew of a couple of investment groups, specialized, teaching you how to hunt for houses and, buy them and stuff like that. But you have what they call this salsa. You have the pico de gallo, you've got the chili flakes, so you got everything. You're putting everything together to create the perfect taco. Yeah. And I'm hungry.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that
right?
are. Being in SoCal, people love tacos, so that's a great analogy.
So you know what? You create that freedom that people need, and if you think about it now,
well, they create it for themselves.
I like this.
They have to create it for themselves. We're just kind of showing them the tools, giving them the experience, and just sharing what we can. But ultimately, it's up to them that they got to take the action.
You know what I really was impressed about is, after we were doing this, trading, this horse trading that was in there, and that was fun as hell, Steve, by the way, and after that, how everybody broke out of that, sitting down, watching the videos and everything, and they started to rub shoulders, man. Yep. Dude, did it get hot in that room? Let me tell you. I was just like somebody tapping you on the shoulder. Hi, I'm so-and-so. Oh, that's fantastic. What do you do? An hour later, right? My brain is like swelling, and I've got all these really cool things floating around, and I learned some really cool things while I was there. Thank you for doing what you do, because it has expanded my horizon.
Good.
And there's many things that I want to share with you, and I want to pick your brain about. You know, we're going to talk, right? I think we're like paternal brothers, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I saw
you know what I'm saying?
Room, I knew.
Did you? Okay. Star Wars fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean,
it's been rough the last couple of years, but
okay. No, we'll get you one of those C-3PO buses in your office, right? So, anyways, it's just fantastic, man. So, what a great network.
Yeah, it's truly.
I've seen nobody better, and I've been to several.
oh, that's thank you.
Okay, and a couple years in the. Oh my God, I can't wait
and
to
our
see.
slogans, our slogans build your tribe. So
Really,
it's really
like, I love it, man.
we're just providing a platform for people to network. Find their people.
That's
and
awesome.
ideally, it's not just about coming and doing deals with me. It's like,
Can I get a hell yeah, Steve?
So.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And this group right here, this advocacy thing that you guys have just, and that's how good business is really done. You learn something from what you do in your path, right? And then all of a sudden you go, whoa, wait a second. That widget's not as, I can make it better, or I can provide something for this widget to help out.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where you guys jump in.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely roller skates and a cape for her. She got that smile and everything else.
She does.
Right?
She bosses me around like crazy.
Does she really?
Oh, I'm a bus boy.
So I'll leave the whip out, right?
Absolutely.
Got my lasso of truth now here. Wonder Woman.
The
right?
Wonder Woman.
Now we have it on the
Use
record.
it on the
That's
insurance.
even worse.
Of course. Steve,
Yes, sir.
who are you?
Well, I'm a lender. We do everything from conventional FHA, VA, but we're well known for our what we call our non-QM loans. Those are loans that kind of outside of the box, where we use 12-month bank statements to qualify you. A DSCR loan, which is just using the rent of an investment property to qualify you. We do reverse mortgages for seniors. We do a lot of private money for fix and flips, buy and holds. We do a lot of commercial, SBA, business loans. We do some construction, some land loans. So again, if you have a transaction, especially if it's outside of the box, or a first-time buyer that needs help, with down payment assistance, please give us a call. The best way to get a hold of me is via our website at financialbrokers.net. That's financialbrokers, plural.net. So, and at that site, you could see all of our disclosures and our licenses, and let us see if we can, even if you just have to call and you need answers to some questions, let us know, and let's see if we can help you out.
How do we get a hold of you, Steve?
Call us at 562-818-3502. That's 562-818-3502. Or again, visit our website at financialbrokers.net.
The guy's a commercial, isn't he?
Yes.
He's fantastic at best.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do for everybody, Steve. And thank you for putting these right pieces of the puzzle together, because it's advocacy like you, man, that actually steps outside the box and says, you know what, I think she would work good with this group, and this group would work great in this network. And that's how he does it, you see? He's got a motive.
Well,
his motive's to help.
I have
which is awesome.
Person coming on next month that is also a member of the group.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hello.
And going to teach us some more good things about what they do. It's all about the education and sharing with people and getting people involved. And, I brought people into the group that have never done a deal before. And after, attending a few meetings, they've done their first fix and flip, or they've done something else, and they didn't realize the potential because they didn't either know how or didn't have the courage. And by bringing them in, it allowed them to say, hey, these people are all doing this. We can do it too. And sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah. You are the guy, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do, man. I appreciate you.
Sure.
You have expanded my mind.
We brought some great people in,
it's just crazy, man.
Attorneys and entrepreneurs, all kinds of people from the outside. And, and you've actually taken some of their advice and done some of these investments that you're probably not aware of before.
Stuck me in a rocket and sent me to the moon, did they?
There you go.
My goodness. Knowledge is power, as we know. Without the knowledge, you're you. Which is okay, but with additional knowledge, especially if you're doing specific things in life, you can turn that around and just send it to the moon.
There you go.
And I appreciate you putting the fuel in my rocket. So thank you, Steve. So how do we get a hold of you again if we want to talk about advocacy in the insurance industry?
You can call our toll-free number. Yes. Toll-free is 888-927-0088. Our website is www.qhiinc.com.
Adjusters is with an S.
So it's plural at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're also on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Oh, so you got the social media thing going on? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to have to join and follow and
For sure.
watch your stuff.
Yes.
Today, when I joined your network, I got the Lee thing popped up and I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I did? I sent it to 50 other people.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Immediately. It was just like, I'm like, this is what I've been telling people. You got to listen to this stuff, right? Networking is number one. And if you network with the right people, Steve, you can't go wrong, can you?
No, you can't.
Can't go wrong. Thank you so much for, exploiting what you do, because today it was an eye-opening experience for me. I have never heard of an insurance advocacy like yourself.
Thank you so much for having us.
So much knowledge, and your expertise is going to help a lot of people out. And you know what? You got a niche.
Let's
exploit that niche now.
Absolutely.
Right?
Your listeners to call Action Public Adjusters anytime, 24/7.
Give me that number again.
Go ahead.
888-927-0088.
You have that truth thing too, don't you?
Yes, my lasso of truth. That's what I get on the insurance companies to make sure they're being honest.
Yeah, definitely Wonder Woman, Steve.
Yeah,
for sure. So go ahead, tell me what's up, and let me know how to get a hold of you, and let everybody else know the network. This is the glue, everybody. This is the glue of these networks that Steve's talking about that brings you together. It puts everybody in one room, and immediately I had an epiphany. It's like the sky opens up. I'm like, this is what Steve was talking about. He's been begging me. I'm not kidding you. He's been saying, you haven't done it yet? What are you, stupid or something? And I'm just like, oh my God. He's nicer than that, right? But I'm listening to his telepathy. And then I finally went. I brought Rob and I brought Shad, and we all went there. But man, the heavens opened up.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you were probably, you've probably been to some RIAs and stuff in the past.
Not like this.
Elks Lodge or something like that.
Oh, come on. If you want a beer, go to an Elks Lodge. Hello. Or, or Hot Pocket. But you just opened the sky up, and I swear I saw the fingers touching you like on the Sistine Chapel, right?
I wanted to put that on the wall. So I couldn't get the rights.
I love what you do, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
That's
that.
amazing. And I can't wait to hang out with you and do some personal things.
Absolutely.
But this group you created, man, is spectacular.
Thank you. I really appreciate
it. How do people join, right, Steve?
The easiest way.
How do they join?
Easiest way is just to go to our website. It's I.E.R.E.I.C.org. Again, that's I.E.R.E.I.C.org. You can just Google Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. It's also
that's what I did. I Googled the acronyms, and bam, it's like 15 pages.
Yeah. Or you go on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever. We're everywhere.
You're everywhere too. TikTok. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Not as often. I'm not as much as Instagram and Facebook, but
okay.
We're on TikTok.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you definitely go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of videos you can watch for free. We record our Wednesday night events and put them up on YouTube later.
No kidding.
There's all kinds of free stuff, and then there's all kinds of events that you can pay to come to for like the education, like the classes and whatnot.
Anything I can do to help exploit some of this stuff, you know my number. Just give me a call. Show up and share.
Become a member. It's really it's really up to everybody else.
Cheap as hell.
Yeah, it's $50 a month. We get 13 meetings that you can come to for free, and we feed you at pretty much all those meetings too. So
I spend that on Starbucks alone.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right? Hello, right?
And again, his group is how we all met and came here today.
I love it. I love this.
We do our free lunch at qhiinc Cafe on Tuesdays at 12.
What?
And that one's, you just come and, you buy some food from the restaurant. But,
and just hang out.
Meeting's free.
Just hang out, yeah.
Yeah, so, there's weekend events, there's weekly events, there's, all kinds of stuff. So we kind of got something for everybody.
I love it. Steve's there smiling in the corner. Mm-hmm. Look at this. He already knew, right?
Yeah.
So, Steve, thank you, everybody, for showing up today. I really appreciate it. Again, your network is explosive. The hair's standing up on my neck right now. And I don't have any hair back there. So it's just really, really good. And the advocacies that you guys bring to this market, it's a very volatile market, right? It's got a lot of touchy things, but having the guidance that you guys will give just on a phone call blows me out of the water. I don't know any place on the planet you can't call and it doesn't cost you $50. You know what I'm saying? Right. So thank you guys for doing what you're doing. I'm telling you, capes are coming. So ask Steve. He knows when I say something, it's when I say it's blue, it's not red. Yeah. So it's coming. So remember, characterize this thing, right?
And thank you for helping us spread the word.
No. This is great. This is what we do, right? Absolutely. On the networks and stuff like that. It's actually a pleasure to put something out there that's spectacular that people need to know.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
And it wasn't for this guy, Steve. Steve-O is in the house, right?
I'm just
opportunities in real estate and finance. Right. Steve Lazerson.
We're just helping
the best
to moderate and bring people in to speak, helping educate people on subjects they may not be all that familiar with.
I need a bigger office because we need to put like 25 people in here at the same time. Wouldn't that be the best podcast ever? The visuals and stuff like that. I can see it now. Thank you, Steve, for everything that you do, man. So one last time, how do they get a hold of you, Steve?
Give me a call, 562-818-3502. Go to my website, financialbrokers.net. It's got a full list of disclosures and licenses, and my NMLS license is 323-900. So any questions, give me a call, and we'd love to help you out.
One more time, how do we get a hold of you guys?
Again, our number is 888-927-0088. Website is actionpadjusters.com. And again, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Of course. And final?
Yep, I.E.R.E.I.C.org. You could also do I.E.R.E.I.C. into pretty much any social media, and we'll come up as well.
God bless you guys. I really appreciate hanging out with me in opportunities in real estate and finance. Steve Lazerson. Hey, everybody, have a spectacular weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening to the Energy Hour podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Energy Hour. Visit them on the internet by going to qhiinc.com/TEO. That's qhiinc.com/TEO.
Solaria. Beauty, efficiency, and power. For nearly 20 years, Solaria has set the pace for solar panel performance, efficiency, reliability, quality, and design. Solaria continues to leverage its patented technology, engineering expertise, and sophisticated automation into creating one of the most attractive, energy-efficient solar panels available on the market today. Redefining home solar. Solaria's high-output solar panels deliver maximum energy production in a streamlined, all-black design that complements your home's architectural style with more than 20% more energy per square meter than traditional solar panels. Solaria's advanced Power XT panels pack maximum power into minimum space for industrial leading efficiency. Enjoy clean, reliable power day in and day out, backed by our 25-year warranty. Solaria is the new benchmark for solar energy. Quality you can trust for your home and business. For more information, go to qhiinc.com/Solaria.
This podcast is brought to you by I.E.R.E.I.C Digital Marketing, lead generation and SEO for local businesses. Increase your web presence with their results and advanced strategy, including a video website audit and analysis for free. Listeners of this podcast can get 75% off I.E.R.E.I.'s fees. But hurry, only the first 5 businesses that inquire can get this deal. I.E.R.E.I.C Digital Marketing, a proud sponsor of this podcast. Online at I.E.R.E.I.digital.com.
Capture the joyful magic of the holiday season with Virtual Santa. Virtual Santa is a high-definition projection effect that walks, waves, laughs, eats cookies, and puts presents under the tree. From outside, it's so real, you swear Santa's in your house. Virtual Santa, originally seen on ABC's The Great Christmas Light Fight. You can choose from traditional Virtual Santa or new African American Santa. Holiday effects include Virtual Santa, Mrs. Claus, Santa's Workshop with Christmas elves, and so much more. Buy one effect or a bundle. Available in HD DVD, digital download, or USB flash drive. Also available in LED projection bundles. For a winning Christmas display that will delight your neighbors young and old, visit us at virtualsanta.com and become known as the house where Santa lives. Virtual Santa, where holiday spirit begins.